Yo, yo, what is the deal, everybody? Welcome to another Red Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent, coming to you an hour later than we normally do. Had some things going on with the family. You know, my daughters being excellent as usual. I need you guys to tell a friend, share this thing out all through social media. We're going to talk about the Browns game. We're going to talk about a whole lot. But you guys know what I always say. You know what I always say, y'all. Let's start this podcast. Yeah, they should have never done it. They should have never done it. Yes. Oh, yes. He said, make that to me. Get that F out of here, Anthony. Shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to everybody in chat. Let's get wasted with your brother, Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Shout out to my brother, DeMarcus Webb, man. Get wasted with my bro, Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Thank you, brother. Yo, I loved, the picture for the... I love that, Michael Jackson and freaking Devontae Adams, man. Big MJ fan. Anthony with the gout. Listen, bro, I can never be the gout master. I am the man who coined the gout craze on YouTube. Show some effing respect, Anthony. That F out of here with your nonsense. Get unceremoniously blocked early in the show. The F is wrong with you, Anthony. Shout out to In God We Trust, man. Salute. Kevin Harrington. Shout out, man. My Raider brother, man. Red Bone is in a place, man. No more banging our lockers and yelling because we won a game. Show the nation, which is the best fan base in the world, that you hear our pains by starting to win instead of every other fan base laughing at us. Oh, man. Red Bone. Man, from your lips to God's ears, my brother. Patrick B is in a effing place. C. Flores, my brother LV Maximus is in here, man. LV Maximus is in a place. You know what? Mama, was not making my coffee. That's the reason why it is a terrible cup. Terrible cup. Nah, to be honest with you, we were on the Zoom for my daughter because my daughter wants to go to she wants to go to one of those, uppity schools. You know what I'm saying? Not my oldest daughter, but my younger daughter for high school. And we were listening to all the options and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But my youngest daughter is a little rocket scientist. My youngest daughter is freaking brilliant. So we're going to do the best we can to get her where she needs to be. But shout out to my daughter, my baby girl, and my oldest girl. Shout out to both. My girls are amazing, man. I couldn't have asked for better children, man. Real rap. Shout out to my guy, Bushido Brown, yo. Shout out to Adam Sweeney in the play. Adam, where you been, bro? Donald and Stacy comes at night. A lot of this shit I blame on Telesco. Should have kept Champ Kelly as our GM. Should have went for Fields. He's tearing shit up in Pittsburgh. Now, look, guys, and we got over 101 in the room, so we're going to cook now, right? Look, man, it's people, places, and things, right? Now, a lot of us wanted them to take a flyer on Justin Fields. A lot of us didn't. But then you got Luke Getsy here, and then Justin Fields probably wouldn't have came here with them hiring Luke Getsy because he wasn't really happy with him in Chicago, right? Then it's 3 games into the season, and we don't really know how the Justin Fields experiment is going to continue to work out. It looks good now, but it's real early, man. It's early in the season, man. It's early in the season. People start getting some more game tape on him. The one thing I know about Justin Fields, he's a dynamic athlete, right? But those guys don't win Super Bowls. You know what I mean? They don't. Look, I love Lamar Jackson as a player. I love his game. I love to watch the highlights of Lamar Jackson. I used to love to watch the highlights of Michael Vick. I used to love to watch the highlights of Cam Newton and all of these guys, right? And Cam Newton was a damn good thrower of the ball. These guys don't win Super Bowls, bro. Guys that sit in the pocket and throw the ball and could deliver the football from the pocket win the ball. Now, you have to be able to move at some level, right? Patrick Mahomes is a perfect example of that. But if you give me my druthers, I would prefer a pocket passing quarterback, a guy that was more of a thrower than a runner, and not the other way around. And the fact remains, Justin Fields still, is a 2-read quarterback. So I'm not super hyped about, what Tom Telesco didn't do in his first season as the GM, right? The indictment on how I feel and how I feel this experiment is going to go is really this offseason. No matter where we wind up, you know what I mean? Whether we wind up in the playoffs or we wind up, look, if we wind up in the penthouse or the doghouse or the outhouse, it's going to really tell me about Tom Telesco this year, for real. And really, to be real with you, how he deals with this whole quarterback situation. How he deals with it, Because, I don't care how well Gardner Minshew does, right? I don't want to see myself and this fan base going to another season with a freaking pedestrian journeyman quarterback. Now, I think Gardner is going to do okay, and he will be the kind of player that serves the purpose for what we need him this season. Being that bridge, that stopgap. Yeah, that's all. I don't want to go into another season with this guy under center, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. So whether they got to draft a quarterback, whether they got to move up to get a quarterback, whether they got to go on free agency and get a quarterback, whether they got to trade the world to get somebody, they better effing do it. I tell you that, because I have no more patience. No more effing patience. Yo, Crypto is in the place. Ryan Miller is in the place. What the F is going on? There's only 130 of you guys in here. What the F is going on here? Wasted with your effing brother wasted. Let's go. Yo, listen, man. And let me tell y'all something, man. I am the founder and proprietor of Gout Talk on YouTube. Do not listen to the slander from this effing bum graphic raider. It's a bum. Shout out to my dog Graph, man. Yeah, man. Yo, Raider Nation. Always waiting to just cut bait and bail at the first storm. Fire this guy, cut that guy, yada, 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 yada. Look, it's a process. We're going to have setbacks. How do we respond as key? And yo, I wanted to get into that, my brother. Thank you, Sean Thoughts, with the most poignant thought. A most poignant thought. Look, man, we're going into week 4, y'all. Not week 14. Not week 14. We're going into week 4, right? And we're going into a week with a Cleveland Browns team who's just as banged up, if not more banged up, as the Raiders. And pause if necessary. But you know what? I am an adult, so there will be no pausing right now. The Raiders are set to kick off week 4. And, both of these teams are in need of a major win, man. The Browns, they're coming off of a disheartening loss to the Giants last week. They squandered a huge opportunity, and, the team beat them. And we did the same thing. The Raiders, had a prime time to go out of a team that really they should have beat to kind of get a foothold and start going into a winning trajectory. And the wheels came off of the tracks, man. It's unbelievable. And all that being said, man, the Raiders have a humongous issue, going into this game. Maxx Crosby has a high ankle sprain. You got to continue to monitor that situation. High ankle sprains are no joke, man. They are no joke. It's sometimes you have to wear a walking boot. Sometimes it takes a hell of a long time for it to heal, and Maxx Crosby would have been just what the doctor ordered to stop a struggling Deshaun Watson, man. He's the most dominant edge rusher in football besides Myles Garrett. And man, he could possibly wreck this football game. Maxx Crosby has never missed a game in his career. He's been a dog. But I'm going to be honest with you. If this is something that can hinder him down the line, I hope the Raiders protect him from himself, right? So, let's get into the injury report. We're gonna start with the Browns first, right? Because the Browns, man, and I need you guys to get a snapshot of this. The Browns have got a big issue, man, with their injuries, man. The Browns are not healthy either. They are not healthy at all, man. So Alex Wright, their defensive end, is out with a tricep injury. His practice status was limited. He should probably be playing. He has 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, seven tackles. He has not been, a world beater, but he's definitely a starter, good player. Jedrick Willis Jr., offensive tackle, knee injury, did not participate in practice. Denzel Ward, shoulder injury, full participant in practice. So it looks like we're going to see Denzel Ward out there. But Denzel Ward is a guy that, it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good corner. Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive tackle, thigh injury, limited participant in practice on Thursday. Pierre Strong Jr., this is a guy that Graf really liked coming out of the draft. Hamstring injury, did not participate in practice. Does not look like we will probably be seeing him. A lot of times we see people on the injury report on Thursday and they did not participate. If they don't participate by Friday, you're probably not going to see them on Sunday, right? Linebacker Jeremiah Uwosu Karamra. Well, I don't know, whatever the F how you pronounce his name, man. But he has a hand injury. He was a full participant in practice. David Njoku, ankle injury, did not participate in practice. That's a big one, man. He's a big part of their offense. Jerry Jeudy was a full participant in practice. He has a knee injury. Dawad Jones, offensive tackle, the young fella, man, limited participant in practice. It looks like he's probably going to play. James Hudson, limited participant in practice, probably going to play. Jordan Hicks, linebacker, did not participate in practice, has been out. Myles Garrett did not participate. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, man. That's big. That's big. That is big, man. It might be a favor for a favor. The Raiders might be sitting there, guy, and the Browns could be sitting there. Myles Garrett has come out in the media and said he will play through it, though. Jerome Ford, their bell cow back, because Nick Chubb has been out, did not participate in practice. Has a knee injury, so we got to monitor that tomorrow. Joe Batanio was limited to participate in practice, been a beast, their best lineman. And Jack Conklin did not participate in practice, offensive tackle. You guys remember Jack Conklin. Jack Conklin is a pretty damn good player. Now, let's move up to the Raiders. Christian Wilkins, knee injury, full participant in practice. Tyree Wilson, knee injury, full participant in practice. DeCameron Richardson did not participate, hamstring. It's a little strange, man. This kid, man, wow. I wasn't expecting this, but, hamstrings are tricky. I just hope he gets well soon, because I would have loved to see him in the regular season. That kid's got a lot of talent. Kolton Miller, full participant in practice. Hopefully, Kolton Miller's trending towards, himself, because it's going to be a tough ask him to try to stop Myles Garrett, man. Thayer Mumford, knee injury, did not participate in practice. It's getting a little spooky out there. It's looking like DJ Glaze is probably going to play for him. Divine Diablo, out with an oblique injury, did not participate in practice, which is nasty work, man. I mean, what's this guy, a starting pitcher? What the F is going on here, Divine Diablo? A freaking oblique? And Maxx Crosby did not participate. High ankle sprain, man. That's a devastating injury for us. Maxx Crosby's the heart and soul of the Raiders, man. It's unbelievable. Yeah, we got almost 200 in the room. Get wasted with your brother. Wasted, man. My guy, Redbone. I've been telling y'all, pounding the table. Pause. First to draft, Will Howard. Dude can run, has accuracy, throwing the rock. I know it's far off, just saying, Redbone, get the F out of here. We will not be talking about the effing draft this damn early. The F is wrong with you, man. The F is wrong with you, man. The F is wrong. My guy East Coast gritted it and it is in a place, man. It's in a place, man. So, yo, man, this is a huge loss, man. Hopefully, Maxx Crosby can get to a place where he's not putting himself in danger, man. But not having Maxx Crosby out there is big. Today, in practice, I saw Tyree Wilson trying to fill in for the Maxx Crosby role, trying to get the team hype and all of that. But let me tell you something, man. Listen, it's cool for Tyree Wilson to try to emulate Max's energy in practice, but I would much rather him emulate his production on the field. Guys, this is a Tyree Wilson special. A Tyree Wilson special. I don't want to hear any bullshit. Now, Devontae Adams was also, and I missed that one, Devontae Adams was also on our injury list. He's out with a hamstring. Devontae Adams should probably be okay. I see Devontae Adams playing this week. So, I'm not really worried about Tay. You know what I mean? Tay will be out there, but no, Maxx Crosby, bro. Huge, huge, huge loss. Have not heard anything about Chasen. He's healthy. You know what I mean? I guess, they got to get him acclimated to the offense. I would like to see him out there. I would like to see him out there, man. Wasting my dog. Just watch Graphic rant, and all I got to say is talk that shit. Appreciate you, bro. Jay Daniels showing Raiders what the Raiders. We didn't pass on. Yo, what the F you talk about, Gerald Davenport? We didn't pass on. Yo, look, bro, look. And I'm going to get back into, breaking the game down and stuff like that. And I don't want to let you guys derail the show. But what I will say is this. I need y'all to stop with all of this bullshit. Stop with all of this, this person and that person we passed on. Guys, that is not true. It's not true at all, bro. The Washington Commanders are in the football business too. They're in the football business too. They saw how great Jaden Daniels was, and they wanted a franchise quarterback, and they went out there and they got him. They went out there and they freaking got him, bro. They were in the food line before us, yo. They were in the food line before us, and they went out there, and their scouts saw him, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. That's what happens, man. They was in the food line before us, man. We was 13th in the food line. They was second. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It is what it effing is, man. And that is just how the shit goes, man. Everybody thinks you can always move up. Sometimes you can't move up, bro. Sometimes you can't move up. Sometimes you can't effing move up. Good evening, everybody. Hey, look, man. And I want to talk to you guys about something too, man. I want to talk to you about my sponsor of this wonderful show, BetUS. This show is powered by BetUS. And I wanted to let you guys know that you guys can get up to 150% of your first deposit up to $2,000. And on the next two, you will get 125% of your next two bets of up to $2,000, man. All with the code YouTube150. If you guys want to go out there and wager on everything from football to snooker, go to none other than BetUS, home of the Wasted Talent Army. Tell them Wasted Talent sent you guys. And listen, like I just told y'all, man, YouTube 150. Salute, y'all. Shout out to BetUS. Now, let's get into the effing show here. Man. There's been a lot going on. Now, we had a press conference with Luke Getsy, man. And Luke Getsy said a whole lot of effing nothing. I mean, it was nasty work, man. Nasty effing work, man. Nasty work talking about, he sees things improving and we're great. No, the guy looks like, man, I mean, when you start talking about being delusional, man, I mean, is it delusional or is it DiGiorno? What the F is going on here, man? And the press will not ask him specific questions. They're like softballing and babying him, and it kind of pisses me off. Like things like, how do you establish a run? You want to establish, so how do you feel like you should go about that, Luke? Like just things like that, man. I mean, all of the elements of the game that we were expecting, he was supposed to come here and turn this running attack to a dominant run attack, and it has not happened right now, man. It has not happened. Now, everybody were talking about Cliff Kingsbury and all this and that, but who cares, man? That's in the past. I don't even want to play on that. I want to fix what's happening now. And I hope that Luke Getsy can turn this around. I hope that Antonio Pierce can turn this around, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not into the Raiders continuing to be the dumpster fire organization that brings people in and fires people. I don't want this to be the turnstile organization. It's enough of this. It is enough of this. Anthony, you got one more time to bring up that salacious nonsense, and you will be unceremoniously blocked, Anthony. You effing deviant, you. The F is wrong with you, man. The F is wrong with you, man. V, seems like hardcore Raider fans are few and far between. First sign of trouble, they're ready to jump ship. Just my 2 bits from an old man Raider fan. Rich V, get off my lawn. Welcome to the Get Off My Lawn gang, my brother. And I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Look, man, everybody acts like there's been a whole lot of success to go around here, bro. You got to be in this thing for the long haul. You can't come in, and I want us to win now and everything, but you can't be talking about jumping ship after week 4, man. This is bullshit. It's nonsense. They're saying that Parham is going to go to right guard. See, and some of the issues that I have with Luke Getsy and something else that I was confused that the media never asked was why the hell they took statistically their best lineman and sat him and put JPJ in there for him instead of putting him at left guard to sit Cody Whitehair down. Cody Whitehair is not, I understood starting Cody Whitehair coming out the gate. He's a veteran. He played in this offense. Maybe he could have been kind of like a coach on the field with these guys, but his play has been horrendous. So you have a young, healthy rookie who's aggressive and strong in Jackson Powers Johnson, and you have another guy who is a third-year player, fourth-year player, and has been playing pretty damn well, right? Why mess up the apple cart with that? I'm wondering. I haven't heard anybody, and maybe I could be mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have not heard anyone ask these guys why that happened. I haven't heard anybody ask why about all of these, these passing plays behind the line of scrimmage. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what I seen from the Luke Getsy press conference did not really make me feel any differently. I need to see how he's going to get Zamir White acclimated. Now, a lot of people are saying, yo, listen, put the best players out there, put Madison out there. When you run a zone blocking scheme, you need shifty running backs that can jump cut and change direction. But the thing about Zamir White is that the talent, the speed, the size, and the power of the runner, man, is a tantalizing mix for a team that wants to be physical and impose their will. And I think what they need to do is they need to kind of do a paradigm shift of how they're going to deploy Zamir White, because it is apparent that he does not have the vision to play in this zone running scheme. Now, James Craig is another person who I'm a little curious about, because he is a guy who has never been a lead offensive lineman coach. He's always been the assistant, always been the bridesmaid and never the bride. I don't know. Now, people say, do you run Zeus in a zone blocking scheme? There was a meeting with the Raiders, and we're going to get into that. It was a come to Jesus moment with the Raiders and the Raider brass and the players, and it was players and coaches, and people said a lot of things. And you know what? To me, I guess that's what you need to do as a football team. AP started it off this week, and things were addressed. The thing about it is that I can't believe that the house of cards is collapsing this early, where you have to have a come to Jesus moment this early. That's a little disturbing to me. It's a little disturbing to me. It's a little bit disturbing to me. And Melissa Cervantes says, yo, Getsy is delusional, thinking they're improving. Now, he said that we're improving. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. But this is the thing, man. And the unpopular opinion is that, or the popular opinion is that Luke Getsy is the source of all of our issues. And listen, two things can be true at the same time. Luke Getsy has not done a good job. But conversely, Craig has not done a good job. Conversely, there have been times where, dare I say it, Antonio Pierce has not done the best job in the world, bro. There are a lot of people. There's a lot of blame to go around here, man. There's a lot of blame to go around here, man. And I'm just going to be honest. Yo, I'm glad they had this meeting, because the execution is not there. Schematically, things are not on par. And I'm going to be 100% real with you, man. Yo, they need to change things now, because that defense has played pretty decent. It didn't play pretty decent last week, but I'm going to be real with you, man. You lose Maxx. The offense isn't moving the ball. The defense gets disheartened from carrying his team, man. My guy, Joshua Hughes, with the $5 holler. Appreciate you for supporting the channel, man. I love Crosby, but I think he should rest for a couple of weeks. Playing with a high ankle sprain could turn into something else. Joshua Hughes, I agree with you, bro. I agree, especially if nothing else, this Browns game, they're just as injured as we are. But I think the Raiders can win this game regardless. I really do. You know, we're not the kind of team that could take anything lightly. You know, I think the Raiders are a talented team. The Browns are a very talented team, too. Tonight on the Graph and Wager Show, we're going to go player for player, roster for roster, and see what that's hitting on, y'all. But what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to like, subscribe, get this stream up to over 300 viewers, and get the likes through the damn roof. Get wasted. Shit, man, my guy, Armando Castillo Lamelli. The Book of Luke playbook, it's not looking good. Every game matters from now on. Wasted. Yeah, they all matter, bro. I would never tell you that they don't, yo. Would never tell you that they don't. Yo, my brother Intel is in a place. My dear, sweet brother Noopsy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sardom Noopsy. My brother, man. Intel, what is the deal, brother? Man, I got to drink 2 more of these tonight, too. I got this big test tomorrow, man. I got to test tomorrow at the doctor. I got to drink a gallon of water. Unbelievable. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, it's nasty work, man. It's nasty work, man. It's not all about Luke Getsy. It's about execution, too. Like, the one thing that we don't do is a lot of times we don't place, you know, these players playing bad on their lap. Some of these guys are not playing well, bro. Some of these guys think, yo, Adam Sweeney has hit the nail on the head. Devontae Adams dropping passes. Zamir White not having vision. Guys up front not blocking. It's a lot of moving parts here, man. It is. I don't want to put everything just on Luke Getsy, bro. But he has a big piece in this, man. My guy, True Raider Podcast, with another $5 special, man. Raider Films did a Minshew breakdown. He's not seen open receivers in the middle of the field. He may be doing worse than originally thought. And, bro, look, I did a short on this. Look, numbers are great. Numbers sometimes tell the story, right? Numbers sometimes tell the tales, right? But we are very, very, very perceptive and bright people. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I know what I'm looking at. And I know that there are people running, Brock Bowers running in the middle of the field, uncovered. He misses them. I see, you know, Devontae Adams wide open. Don't see him. Jacoby Myers, wide open. Don't see. So there's an issue here. There's a reason why Gardner Minshew has not been a guy who has been a starter all over the league, bro. There's a reason for that, bro. God, my man, Joe Visual. He's not only left the pocket early under good protection, he's created his own sacks. Whew. Nasty work, Joe Visual. He missed seeing wide open receivers, Devontae dropping passes. Yes. That is accurate. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to see 80. Look, man. Look, you can say whatever you want, right? But if I see the kind of play from Gardner Minshew that I've seen in the last few weeks, it is time to sit his ass down. This is the first quarter of the season. They said we want to try this out for the first quarter of the season, and Joe Vigil hit the nail on the damn head, man. Unbelievable, man. Shout out to my brother, Joe Visual, man. This guy, it's unbelievable, bro. Now, people are saying he's getting pressured. He doesn't have the time. There's a lot of times where he's leaving the pocket early. He's running around his protection and putting himself in the line of fire to be brought down and sacked. Sometimes he should check the ball down because he's trying to let stuff develop down the field. But moving the ball begets throwing the ball deep. You can't get it all in one shot sometimes. What's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. One bite at a time. Sometimes you got to take small bites to get the big piece. Pause. Oh my God, that's disgusting. What the F is going on here, man? What's going on? I'm like a damn pause machine. God! Wow! What is going on here? Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Nasty effing work, man. Shout out to Bet US, man, too. Look at that. He said, what the heck? Oh my God, man. But yo, I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. This is not just all on the offensive line. Yo, everybody needs to get on the same page. A lot of people, there's no one that's on this offense that is without blame besides probably Brock Bowers. What's messing with that? What is messing with that? And yo, you know what else happened here that I forgot to call out? My brother Big Mike Rader is in the place, man. Shout out to my bro, Big Mike Rader. Shieldmore representative himself. Big Mike Rader is in the place, man. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, man. The Hornets, man. You know, I got a rep. Man. Yeah, but yo, Enrico Rios, let me tell you something, yo. This is one of the things that I've always said about football. Control the line of scrimmage in the middle of the field and you win. This is what happens. This is what happens here. Listen, I just look, man. There are a few things I don't understand, right? I don't understand why the Raiders don't have a fullback on the roster. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. When you have a guy like a Zamir White that has a vision problem, it seemed like, yo, put a fullback out there for him to show him, you know, show him where to hit the hole. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. There are a lot of issues on this team, and it is not just blaming Luke Getsy. Yeah, but Graf, he's not really a fullback, bro. I know you just want to say Brock Bowers. I know that. But I'm talking about a real fullback, bro. A real fullback. Like, I'm sick of people, and Graf touched on this today, right? I'm sick of people making football more complicated, bro. Like the game, when you get down to the bare bones of the game, right? You look at the most successful teams, right? They're not doing all this razzle dazzle shit. They're not doing all this razzle dazzle. And I know you guys like to get on me and say, "Hey, wasted. Oh, football's not played that way anymore." It's bullshit. It is bullshit. It is utter and total bullshit, bro. This game is played relatively similar, you know, as far as how you win this game, the way it always was. Control line of scrimmage, control the middle of the field, be the more physical team. Don't turn the ball over. Don't commit penalties. Take what the defense gives you at first, and then take what you want. Yeah. Yeah, man. And sometimes you have to impose your will on the other team. Now, I don't know what they can do to fix this rush offense because I'm going to be honest with you. Without you having a franchise quarterback, right? And there's been no threat of the run. They said that the Carolina Panthers never had a 9-man box. They were daring us to run the football. This is nasty effing work. The fundamentals of football still reign true. My guy Joe Visual, what do you think about AP talking all that fundamental stuff? But he's the defender dude. And I thought tackling was fundamental. I thought hitting your holes was fundamental. Someone needs to be held accountable. Now, bro, just because those fundamentals are not being followed, right, in one particular game, for whatever reason, does not mean that it was not taught. It does not mean that it was not emphasized. And basically, it's up to Antonio Pierce to make the changes. Now, you don't go out there and make widespread changes right now, right? But what you do is, you start tweaking people's playing time, especially guys who are not essential, right? Especially guys like John Jenkins. Maybe you see a little more NJS. Maybe you see a little more NJS. Maybe you see them sit down Trayvon Merrick. He ain't been doing shit anyway. Maybe it's time to sit him down. Seriously. Maybe it's time, bro. So whatever Antonio Pierce talked about, whatever this team talked about, if things don't change this week, right, it is time to make widespread changes, yo. It is time to make widespread changes, and you have to go out there and point out the guys as a coach and say, yo, listen, man, we bringing in some new blood here on the offensive line, up front, and in that damn secondary, man. Seriously. Because if you don't do that, you might lose respect. You got to show everybody that they are at-will employees here. Especially people who are not established starters and stars in this goddamn league. Graf, let me tell you something, Graf. You are about to be unceremoniously blocked. You effing maniac, you. The F is wrong with you, man. What is Ramondo Reyes, you two? The F is wrong with you guys. This is nasty. Yo, we are talking foot. Graf, you are about to get. Yo, bro. No. You are not getting away with playing the chat. You ain't getting away with this shit. You are not getting away with this. The F is wrong with you. What is wrong with you, man? Yo, what the F is wrong with you? 9-man box?
Hey, man, I see you a little horny on the live stream today. Salute to Bet US.
Yo, man, this is terrible, terrible. You are about to be unceremoniously blocked, you effing maniac. What is wrong with you, man? The F is wrong with you, man.
Hey, man, you are hornified on this here.
So this is me. We're talking football, and you take it and turn it into a Brazzers scene?
Hey, you supposed to be talking football, but it's more like balls with feet.
Graf, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end this and tell you that you are blocked for 30 minutes. Get the F out of here, Graf. You have a terrible night. Thank you. Effing Graf. The hell is wrong with this guy? Oh, man. What's good, man? Yeah, we going to get, don't call a Brown shitty, bro. This dude is wild. Man, what the F is wrong with this dude, man? Yo, Ridgeback, I don't know, man. Maybe this might be. What has gone about? There's some nasty work afoot in Raider Nation. So, guys, let's get to it, right? The Raiders, are going into this game, and we're still in the process of learning the zone blocking scheme, according to Antonio Pierce, man. Now, this is nasty work as well, man. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. This is an article that I saw, man, by Levi Damien, yo. Shout out to Levi Damien, a.k.a. Khalil Mack, the great and powerful himself, man. Shout out to him, man. But Antonio Pierce has admitted that they are still on the learning curve of the zone blocking scheme, man. I'm going to read this verbatim. You'd hope the kinks of a new blocking scheme would have been worked out by the start of the NFL season with a full offseason to work on the new system. But this is something the coaches are responsible for ensuring their players are adept at handling before putting it on the field live when the games count. It's painfully obvious that the Raiders' offensive players are either not getting it or the coaching staff is not coaching it properly. Perhaps some of both. Their historically bad run game is living proof of that. We're watching it firsthand. You guys have seen it. There's a learning curve. And these are the words of Antonio Pierce, by the way. There's a learning curve. We're still going through the process, Pierce said, the transition from power blocking to zone blocking. Ted Nygren broke down a few poor run plays of the Raiders we had in our brutal loss to the Carolina Panthers, and they were indicative of the disconnect happening on the field. I'm not going to play that. But as Ted pointed out, the problem isn't just on the offensive line, which also just suggests that it's not primarily on the players. They can't all just be not getting it. There are some proven smart players out there who are clearly trying to do their job on a given play. But either the job that they were given is severely flawed or the manner in which they are coached was confusing. Pierce said Monday that there is going to need to be a lot of changes on the Raiders' offensive line to fix this run game. He seemed to hint on Wednesday that the immediate change could be in play calling, at least until the offense can start executing a new scheme. He said at the end of the day, you get the new scheme, you could be a player-driven team, or you can be a what works team. Pierce continued, and we need to become a what works team with the Raiders. And, bro, I can – listen, bro. I can't agree with that more. I can't agree with that more. Shout out to the 330 people in the room get wasted with your brother wasted, man. Seriously. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I completely to look. There's not enough games in the NFL season to try to salt it away like this is baseball. You have to go out there and you have to do what works. You have to do what works, especially when you don't have an explosive offense. You got to do what works. You have to get yards the way you got to get your yards, man. You cannot be playing this game. I think if there's a way that they can insert some power concepts for Zamir White, they need to, man. The fly and wonderful, Yvette Niles, man. Appreciate you with the $20 special, yo. Talk about it, Wasted. The Redditors better get it together. Thank you, Yvette. Appreciate you for supporting the channel as always, yo. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, yo. And look, man. I hope this is not a situation where, a person like Luke Getsy, and if he's not willing to adjust, it is Antonio Pierce's job to make him. And this is how going forward, I'm gonna judge Antonio Pierce off of this. Now, I look, we all know, man, that there was not a real coaching search. There was not a real coaching search, guys. People keep talking about this and that. There was never a real coaching search, man. Never. We knew that this was Antonio Pierce's job, yo. And we knew that. There was no real coaching search, and there were a lot of people who, have had issue with that. There were a lot of people out there feel like that was the wrong move to make, and it is seeming like it is trending in that direction. See, for me, I said to myself, listen, man, I remember the Richie B thing. I remember it. I felt like the Raiders had something special. They made it to the playoffs. It looked like Derek was playing at a level that we have never seen him play before. And at that time, I said, man, get rid of Richie B. He ain't no real coach. Go out there, go with the best coach you possibly can. And then we wound up with Josh McDaniels, and I supported that. And I was wrong. And now I said to myself, listen, man, I'm normally a guy who doesn't get caught up in the emotions. That is normally who I am, right? I am a data guy. I am a guy who says, yo, do what's best, not what's popular. I'm going to be honest with you. Listen to me. This time, I said, no matter what, ride this Antonio Pierce thing till the wheels fall off, because the players wanted it. We want to make Maxx happy. I want to see how that works. I want to see what happens when you have a player-led team. Now, there were a lot of people, and I heard Davante Adams say this, that, the Dallas Cowboys were a player-led team in the 90s. And I think he's 100% wrong. Now, I don't know what year Davante Adams was born, right? Let me look and see how old Davante Adams is. Davante Adams, how old is Davante Adams, man? Let me see this, man. Sometimes I forget how old he is. Now, Davante Adams is 31 years old, right? He was born in 1992. Davante Adams is a young whippersnapper, yo. He's a young whippersnapper, and I don't know how much he remembers of them Dallas Cowboy teams. I don't know. But I would tell you one thing. The Dallas Cowboys were not no player-led team when Jimmy Johnson was there. That was Jimmy Johnson's team when Jimmy was there. You know, Jimmy whipped their asses into shape. Now, they had a lot of talent. He built that thing up. You know, he had some great assistant coaches. You had Dave Wannstedt and Norv Turner. You know, he had Butch Davis. You know, a whole bunch of great coaches, right? And they did their thing. But Jimmy led that. He was the leader of that team. Now, did he go after his star players? No, he did not. But that was not no play. That was a Jimmy Johnson-led team. Now, it became a player-led team when Barry Switzer got there. And then they won one more Super Bowl, and then they went downhill. They went downhill. Sometimes the things that make you laugh will make you cry. Sometimes the players don't know what's best. They all say they know what's best, but a lot of the times they don't know what's best. Now, I hope the players that we have in this building, because we got some high character guys. We have intrinsically motivated players like Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby is an intrinsically motivated, transformative player. He is a guy who looms large in his organization, right? And I'm very thankful for Maxx Crosby. Davante Adams is an intrinsically self-motivated guy, right? But at the end of the day, right, they wanted it. And let me tell you something. They better go out there and get their coaches back. They better go out there and do the best that they could ever do, because this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing. Now, there are certain things that have come out. They're talking about the Raiders having this come to Jesus moment with all the players. People are saying they had to clear the air. And what I would say to that is why the hell does that have to happen this early? With a player's coach that they asked for, that is supposed to be this leader of men. Why did that need to happen this early? This is not just on Cody Whitehair, bruh. This ain't just on Cody Whitehair, and this is not just on Luke Getsy. Antonio Pierce, Tom Telesco, whoever did this, they brought these two fucking guys here. And shout out to BetUS, America's #1 sports book. Shout out to BetUS, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Going over to BetUS, your first 3 deposits using YouTube 150, you'll get a discount. You not get a discount, but you'll get a bonus in your deposit up to $2,000. First deposit, 150%. The next two, 125%. What the hell are you waiting for? Going out there, BetUS, YouTube 150. Tell them Wasted sent you, and that is the law, y'all. But I'm trying to figure out, because this is very, very, very reminiscent of what happened when Josh McDaniels was here. I'm telling you right now. Now, the one thing I can say about Antonio Pierce that cannot be taken away is that we have cleaned up our act with penalties. I got to give him his credit, man. He's done a tremendous job with that. But conversely, what have we given up? And what I think we've given up is, I think we've given up on people that make instinctual plays. I think we have guys trying to figure it out. And I'm starting to feel like, you know, beyond the fact that some of this stuff falls at the feet of Antonio Pierce, right? And some of this falls at the feet of Tom Telesco. Some of this stuff falls at the feet of Luke Getsy. The one thing I'm starting to feel about Luke Getsy is maybe the way he coaches is he's a very, very good tactician schematically, but it is not translating out on that field. And I think the Raiders need to look high and low far and wide for somebody in this building or go outside of this building, right? And bring somebody in to call the games a little better. Now, just because you're the offensive coordinator does not mean, you can have a guy calling the plays, right? They can change that. They can have him up in the booth and they can work in a collaborative effort. But I just think there's a lot of things that are very clunky about this coaching staff, right? You can tell a good coaching staff, man. You can see what you got over there with the Minnesota Vikings. They have a terrific coaching staff. Everybody knows their role. Detroit, terrific coaching staff, right? I think the Raiders need to kind of get their footing here. They need to change a few things here, man. I think this is the week to do it. I think you have a hobbled Cleveland Browns team. You have I think we're a little more healthy than they are. But you have a situation where there are a lot of people in the Raiders locker room that we were looking to show up, the Tyree Wilsons of the world, the Christian Wilkins of the world. Christian Wilkins got paid a lot of money, man. Adam Butler's a guy who, can go out there and make more of a name for himself. He gets pressure on the quarterback. Little NJS out there. Jack Jones, all these guys. It's time for these guys to go out there and go earn some money, man. Trayvon Merritt. That is what the F is going on here, man. And to Agent Zero, Cory and Bennett. What kind of player do you want to be? Do you want to be a journeyman or do you want to be a cemented, stone cold lead pipe starter in this league, man? This is what you got to ask yourself, man. This is what you got to ask yourself, man. This is what you got to ask yourself. My guy, Myles, dog, I'm trying to figure out why we have to do this every year. I'm just not listening to news about other teams closely enough. Bro, I really don't know. I've never seen a team where every year it's an existential crisis every effing year, bro. It's getting a bit old. I'm one of the most optimistic Raider fans there are. These existential crises every single year in the Raiders locker room, no matter who the coach is, no matter who the quarterback is, and no matter who the offensive, defensive coordinator, it's always the same bullshit. I just need to know, what in this organization makes this that, what is making this go on, bro? What is the cause of all of this? Like Nature Boy Rick Flames. What is the cause of all of this? Justin Brown. Damn, we could be 0-3 just as much as we could be 3-0. Looking at it now, I bet everyone will have no issue if we have up all our picks and just get. But if we have up, gave up all our picks just to get a QB? No, none of us would. I'm sick of it, especially if we know the kid is the goods. Go get him. That's where I'm at with it, man. My guy, Scooby motherfucker. Getsy not the issue. It's the players. His scheme produced the second best rushing offense in the NFL. Takeaway Fields 650 rushing yards, and they have a top 18 rushing attack. Come to the Raiders, the scheme is dead last. But, bro, you got to understand something. People just act like you could take away Justin Fields from that rushing attack and put a pedestrian quarterback back there, and then the rest of the rushing attack doesn't. Like, Justin Fields being dynamic as he is opens up the running game for everyone else, bro. Like, let's not just poo-poo that like it's nothing, dude. When you got a guy like that at quarterback, it just opens everything up for everyone else, man. It really does. That's that athletically talented, bro. So you cannot discount that point, bro. You can't discount that point, man. But shout out to my guy, man. Appreciate you, bro. I think I missed some. I got Joe Visual, man. Raiders love wasted good stuff as always, man. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you for supporting the channel, my brother. AC Ybarra, tapping in late. Salute, wasted. Maxx in or out. We don't know yet, bro. Maxx is doing everything he can to get going. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Maxx has not ruled himself out yet. But Crosby said on Twitter, he says, they asked Maxx Crosby if he has any concern about playing this Sunday. He goes, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just worried about today, doing whatever I can to feel better. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like I said, man, I want to see us make sure that they do the right thing by Max's entire career, not this one game, man. And to be honest with you, with Devontae Adams, I think that's more of a veteran day. Now people talk about the Browns' offensive line is horrible. When you run the scouting report, they said they're horrible. They're horrible. Look, let me tell you something. The Raiders need to go out there and make them look horrible. If they're so horrible, go out there and go earn your money, make them look horrible. Enough of this shit. Enough of it. Excuse my language, man. My guy S. Dot. We will be having the same conversation if we had 3 JPJs in the center because of our line. Because 3 of them could at least convert a 3rd and 1. I don't even know what the F we talking about here, bro. Alec M, yes. If Zamir White is not getting the job done, it does need to change. But guess what? You have to, as a coach, you got to put your players in the right situation to be successful. Yes, I did say at the end of the day, you damn right. You put those things up in the chat, bro. But you have to put Zamir White in a situation that's more advantageous to his skill set. I don't like these coaches who don't coach to the assortment of players' strengths, and they just, I'm gonna roll my scheme out there, and you're gonna totally get it. No, once the season starts rolling, you got to do what's best for the damn team, bro. It's time, bro. It's time for Luke Getsy to paradigm shift. My God, Big Poppy. It's a little wasted concern that we're more of a team that we saw in weeks 1 to 3 versus Baltimore, consistently and inconsistent. Last year, AP made me excited about our play. Now, we back to pre-AP days. Now, look, guys, you got to understand something. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors here. Now, AP did a terrific job last year, but if I'm being honest, we played against a bunch of backup quarterbacks. Tommy DeVito and Zach Wilson and fucking, Flotsam and Jetsam in Denver. Like, let's be for real. And then we got beat, 3-0 by Joshua Dobbs. And then, you had Nick Mullins come in and shred this defense. The one signature win we had last year was against Kansas City on Christmas. I'm going to be honest with you. So I don't really know what we have. Wasted, bro, I'm a little worried. As the past has shown, bench players had career games against us, and the Browns are all banged up. Laugh my ass off. Pretty worried about this game, but as a fan, I hope they win. Bench players, but it's normally bench quarterbacks that we are the magnet for backup quarterbacks, but it's ridiculous, man. AP said we'll do what works, and he better make sure that's what happens, because I have no patience for the bull. Yo, peace, Wasted. Stay healthy, stay safe. Raiders all day. Jersey in the building. Preach, brother. My guy D Mitter is in a place, man. That chemic science right there, man. Shout out to my guy, the OG DA, man. I don't see him in the chat. Shout out to my brother, OG DA is in a place, man. Raiders, Knicks, 24. Wasted. Ever since you stopped having Gruden on your show, shit has gone downhill. Bring his ass back. We need to hear his wisdom. I don't know, man. You guys think this is a Gruden thing, guys? I don't know if this is a Gruden thing. Is it a Gruden thing or is this a Bane thing? Do you think it's Gruden? Do you guys think it's Gruden? I don't know, man, if it's Gruden, man. I don't think so, man. I don't know if Gruden wants to come on the show anymore. I mean, he has his own show now. He has his own show, man. Gruden doesn't want to come on the show, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Hey, man. Hey, guys, let me tell you something, man. Myles Garrett, man. Hey, guys, I want to say sorry, man, for going over there with Andy Reid, man. Eating donuts with him. Getting all chiefed out, man. I'll tell you something, man. This Myles Garrett guy's a problem, man. Tell you something, man. When I saw Myles Garrett running up and down that field, man, I got a twinkling in my plums, man. I'm trying to tell you something, man. Listen, Raiders going out there have one chance to win, man. Spider, Y2, Banana, and Nathan Peterman, man. You had the guy right in the building and you let him get out of here, man. Listen, hey, guys. I approve this message, man. This is non-Gruden out, man. Non-Gruden, man. I won't be coming back. I got my own channel now, man. But you guys have a great time, man. It's been real, man. Then with all you guys over at Raider Nation Unlimited, man, over there with Docs and Big Mike and Hammer, man, let me tell you something, man. And I had to tell you guys something, on the way out, man. Hammer, I don't know how you painted those jeans on, man, but it was fucking genius, man. Tell you something, man. I haven't seen jeans that fucking tight since fish pussy. You have a great day, man. Oh man, you guys are gonna get me canceled, man. What the hell is going on here? Oh my god, I might as well just flush this episode down the toilet, man. That was terrible, man. That was terrible. Did I just do that? Yo, man, Scooby goes, before the season, I said a 7-win team. I'm not surprised by any losses, even though I'll be pissed like everyone else, LOL. But I expect more L's than W's. It's playing out in typical Raiders fashion, bro. We cannot, listen, can't do this. It's too early in the season. We can't do this, man. We can't do this, man. We cannot do this. We cannot effing do this, man. It's terrible, man. It's nasty work out here in these streets, man. Nasty work. But guys, that will be the last time you see old non-Gruden, man. Tell you something. That's the last time you'll see him. Now, maybe you might see Chuck. Maybe you might see Charles Barkley. You never know. You never know. But maybe you might see him. Yo, we got over 300 in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. Now, let me get through this stuff. We're going to get out of here. Yo, Sir Chai, how you feel about Oakland's last game in Oakland? I mean, bro, I'm not an Oakland A's fan, but I'm going to be real with you, man. Like, I have a bit of a hate for the Oakland A's. I have a bit of a hate for the Oakland A's because the Oakland A's are a part of the reason, to me, why we are even in Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas was something that was beneficial for the pockets of Mark Davis, and I am glad that Mark is able to make his money so that the team could be more competitive, right? But if I'm being honest, man, yo, I don't like bro, like Mark Davis said it the best, man. And Mark Davis had he had a freaking blurb on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? And somebody asked him about the A's moving and stuff like that. And I'm gonna read it to y'all. Mark Davis said, I won't forget what they did to us in Oakland. They squatted on a lease for 10 years and made it impossible for us to build on that stadium. The Raiders owner said on the phone Thursday in the chat afternoon, referring to the stadium of the Oakland A's and the Raiders once shared, the Oakland Coliseum. So they were looking for a stadium. We were looking for a stadium. They didn't want to build a stadium. And then we went ahead and then they went ahead and signed a 10-year lease with the city of Oakland. And they said, we're the base team. They marketed the team as rooted in Oakland. That's been their mantra through this whole thing, Davis said. The slogans they've been using have been a slap in the face of the Raiders. And they were trying to win over that type of mentality in the Bay Area. Well, all they did was fuck the Bay Area. I'm going to cuss. Yeah, they fucked the Bay Area. And for them to leave Oakland without saying anything is pretty screwed up because that site that the stadium was on was a good site. And people forget that. People forget that. The Raiders, you know what I'm saying? The Raiders wanted to stay in Oakland, bro. It just, it couldn't happen. The Raiders wanted to stay there, and I feel bad for Mark. I think Mark wanted to stay there, and he would have done anything he could, bro. But God's not making any more land, right? California's a big state, but to stay in the Bay Area, how many places would you develop in? It got tricky out there, man. It's nasty work what the A's did. And that's why I think everybody thinks and assumes they're just going to move to Las Vegas. They might not be able to. I think the Raiders are going to play all the games they can to get them so where they don't move there. The F out of here, man. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. It's not just Libby. F him. F him. If we go and beat the Browns 43-14, the coaches will think they have it all solved. But the only thing that we say is that we suck less than the Browns. Look, bro. Look, you got to get one win at a time. Take it 1 week at a time. We got to stop being hyperbolic. You know what I'm saying? Every week is a chance to get better. You know, this team got to focus on every week, no matter who you play, stacking wins. It's not about some referendum on who's bad, who's good, who's terrible, all of that. That's not that's not the goal for me. It ain't the goal for me. It's going out there every week, looking across the field for who you playing and getting that dub, man. That's what it's all about, y'all. That is what the F is all about. Now, the Raiders are 1-2, with 17th in the league in points scored, 27th in points allowed. Team grades on PFF are overall with a 28th ranked team, 20th ranked offense, 30th ranked defense at PFF, and 32nd in special teams. Woo! Man, they are cooking us on freaking PFF. Cooking us. Cooking us, man. That's why PFF sometimes is right, but a lot of times it's bullshit, man. You know? Now, there's a lot of things to be hopeful for. Hopefully, you know, Jackson Powers-Johnson, we heard from Antonio Pierce that he's going to be playing a lot more. Jackson Powers-Johnson has only allowed one QB pressure. You know, and that was back when he was in college on 481 pass blocker snaps in 2023. So, you know, that's not going to translate to the NFL, you know, exactly. But hopefully he can bring a lot of that juice to that line, man. You know, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We've been going about an hour, man. I got another show later. I think it's about time to get off the air, man. It's about time to get off the air, man. We got a Graph and Wasted show cooking in about an hour and a half, man. We will be back. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to BetUS, America's #1 sports book. Like I said earlier in the show, go on over there to BetUS. Your first bets, 3 bets, up to $2,000. On your first bet, you get 150% of your deposit. The other 2 deposits, you get 125% of your deposit with the code YouTube150. Do y'all things, man. Going over there to BetUS. Bet on snooker, bet on the Raiders. Yo, bet on whatever. Bet on boxing. I mean, one of the most comprehensive sports books in the market, man. That's why we're pushing this thing. Going over there. Tell them the Wasted Talent Army is behind BetUS, man. Shout out to y'all, man. The Cowboy Giant game is on. Who gives a F? We're Raider fans. But yo, y'all, I'm going to get out of here, man. My guy, Scooby, motherfucker. Raider Nation for life, my brother. Wishing everybody great weekend. Shout out to you, y'all. Listen, guys, we got to get out of here. The Graph and Wasted show is a little later. I'm going to get out of here. I got to give you guys something, and that is the word of the day. Conundrum. An intricate and difficult problem, a conundrum. And the Raiders have a conundrum to solve. Should Maxx Crosby play or shouldn't he? Should they start Jackson Powers-Johnson or shouldn't they? Should Antonio Pierce unceremoniously block Luke's Getsy? He's in a conundrum, man. It is a tough decision that Antonio Pierce has to make, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. I think Antonio Pierce is the man for the job. I still have faith in AP. But he cannot be beyond reproach. We got to take him to the carpet. We have to, you know, hold him accountable because, you know, if this was Josh McDaniels, we'd be screaming bloody murder. You know, I was a supporter of AP. I came out, and I hope he succeeds, and I think he will succeed, guys. But, guys, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all have a terrific night. We will see you in an hour and change. My brother, Graphic, and I will be rocking in the Graph and Waste show. We're going to do a late night Graph and Wasted show, man. It is be a most splendiferous occasion. Y'all pull on up there, man. And AP, we trust. He's going to get it right this week, man. And, yo, y'all know what I always effing say, man. And I don't even know if I should, but I will.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
And the price is in the damn toilet, bro. We need to raise that shit back up through the roof. We go get this dub, man. Y'all have a terrific night, man. I'm out of here. Peace.